um, actions with a simple phrase. I'm so glad to have met you. Okay. To criticize. To criticize. So glad to have met you. To court. To beguile. To cajole, charm, entice, escort. I'm so glad to have met you. To blazon. To decorate, to honour. I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so glad to have met you here. I'm so glad to have met... I'm so glad to have met you. To all the people here today, I just want them to know how glad I am to have met you. I hope I'm not blazoning you too much. And for all of you out there in the crowd who don't know what blazon means, it is to honour, to blazon, to decorate. So to betray. I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so glad to have met you. No. Betray, to betray. I'm going to betray you somehow. I'm so glad to have met you. Yes! I think I got that betray one in the end. That last one was... really felt the betrayal. You know, like I was just about to betray. In a way. You know? The betrayal. I could feel the betrayal. I could feel the innocence of the cajoled. The beguiled. Not that they were beguiled, they were the betrayed. They were the betrayee. The betrayed. I was the betrayer. I betrayed them. I was about to betray them and they were being betrayed. I really felt that. To awaken. Which is to activate, to alert, to inflame, to inspire, to spur, to stimulate, to stir, to vitalize, vivify, to awaken. I'm so glad to have met you. 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 You're asleep. And I'm going to wake you. I've just come in. I'm so glad to have met you. Yes, that was it. Did you see that one? Was I off screen? I'll do it again. I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so glad to have met you. Oh my, but the first one was the best. We're really trying to wake them up, you know. Even if the character in the script isn't asleep. It's about waking up. You know, the third eye even. Or just the physicality. Waking them up, you know. It doesn't have to be taken so literally. That's the beautiful thing about text. It doesn't have to be literal. To annoy. That's a good one. To annoy. Okay. What's the scene? What's the mise en scene? brother, sister, younger brother, younger sister. We're in the TV room. I'm playing PlayStation. She wants the controller. She's the younger. She wants the controller. And I just want to play. I just want to keep playing. Okay. Can I have you? It was too annoying. I'm so glad to have met you. Can I keep going? What? Can I keep going? I'm so glad to have met you. Yeah. Oh, did you see that? Fuck, I'm too far forward. But, you know, you could feel it even if you could hear it. Sometimes I find with acting, it's not even about what you're seeing. You could close your eyes or turn off the screen, and if you can hear the truth, then you can see the truth. One is not ambidextrous to the other. So you could hear me annoying her even if you couldn't see me. It's the tonal non-verbal communication within the verbal, if you know what I mean. You know, it's what you're saying through saying something. That was a nice one. To adore. So that's to admire, to cherish, to exalt, to idolize, I'm so glad to have met you. Okay. Lying in bed, looking up. White sheets, morning sun streaming through, maybe a New York warehouse apartment. I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so glad to have met you. Wow. That was it. It's the appreciation after, it's the adoration. Sometimes if you notice, obviously the text is, I'm so glad to have met you. Sometimes when I'm in the zone and I'm working with a new director or a new producer, whatever, I like to just throw in, you know, some of my own, or the characters even, personality, you know, and just then I said the wow at the end to really emphasize the iteration, because in the text itself it's not really an idolizing thing. But if you add the wow in, and it just kind of comes naturally, you just let that come. But if you let the wow in, really transforms it to something else, I think. I like to do that, especially when I'm working with new directors who, you know, I haven't worked with previously before, and you just want to make sure, you know, they know that you know what you're doing, and, you know, and that you could have probably written the script, you know. You know, it's like, oh yes, I'm an actor, but, you know, I probably could have written the script, yeah. In fact, you know, I've written a script this good, if not better, about the same thing. You always make sure that, you know, that they know that you could probably do a better job than them at the same job they're doing. It's like, yes, right, well, okay, yes, but I could just as easily go from in front of the camera to behind the camera and do probably a better job than you, Frank. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. Great work.